Alright guys, welcome back to this channel. Today we're taking a look at the Metro Backpack Pro by Alpaka Gear. You might remember the 12 litre version we checked out before. Well, this one is the 24 litres, giving you a lot more room while keeping that same sleek design. It's bigger, more versatile, and just about the perfect size for an everyday carry. I think a lot of you will actually really like this one, so let's dive right into it. The Metro Backpack Pro comes in two different colours, and overall it's a very minimal streamlined design. On the eyeside, it looks clean and very subtle, but still has a really nice shape to it. You can get it in either Actoflux 600D version or the X-PAC VX42 version, both available in black and green. One thing I really like is that it stands upright on its own, which is always handy. Compared to the smaller 12 litre version, this one has more depth at the bottom, giving you extra room in the main compartment. I'll show you more on that in just a bit. The Metro Backpack keeps a very similar shape to the smaller version, but with a few subtle changes which I'll point out. Starting with the front compartment, this is almost exactly the same. You got an upright zipper compartment right here that is aqua guarded, and turning to the side here, the reason for it being a horizontal access here is because when you wear your bag on your back and you swing it around the front, you're able to access your items a lot quicker. So we do have the honeycomb blood orange lining in here that is very consistent with all the Alpaka Gear at the moment. It either comes in a grey sometimes or an orange, so this time we have an orange in here. Two open pockets and two small pen pockets right here, so you can use this to store pens or styluses for your tablets. And then I have here a battery pack that I use to store in this pocket right here, and then just some little items over here in this other pocket, like some wipes, some tablets. And then in the main area I just have some additional cables here, and I do have a water bottle in here as well. And yes, there's a key attachment here. It's brand new and still unused because I don't really use this. It's a key tether mod that they call it, and it's magnetic, so you can remove that and use that if you want, but it's entirely up to you. So yeah, very simple compartment, and it's exactly the same as the smaller version. Just above that compartment there is the main compartment where the double zippers are, and you do have this little shielding guard for the zippers. These are YKK zippers which are smooth and reliable, but unlike the front compartment, these are not aqua guarded. Instead, that little lip of the fabric here helps protect them. I've seen a few people mention that there's some snagging issues with this design, and it did catch for me once or twice only for the time that I've used it, but overall it's actually been quite fine. If you actually just fold it back slightly, then you should be able to just glide these without any problems at all. At the bottom here, you do have the Alpaka logo right here, which you'll see on all the other products as well, but this time it's not really loose and it's stitched or glued back to this X-PAC material this time. At the top, you do have the carrying handles, which is very wide and easy to grip. You do have a lot of room for larger hands compared to some other bags that might have just as little area to squeeze your hand through. So this is pretty good, and it's nice and padded as well. Now, the one thing you'll probably notice immediately is the lack of side pockets, and honestly that's probably one of the biggest drawbacks of this bag. For me, not having a dedicated water bottle holder is a real miss. You've seen it earlier in the front, and I've been putting my water bottle in here for the meantime, but I can't carry my reusable water bottles because they're so large, and this one only just about fits in here, especially when things are packed out, pushing up to the front, so it gets a bit tight. Yeah, it is a bit of a shame because the rest of this design is actually excellent. Yeah, so let's turn this around and move to the back here. We do have the shoulder straps. They are nice and wide, and they do have quite adequate padding right here, as you can see. X-PAC material all the way down, and you do have attachment points right here and right here, and these are pretty similar. It's very consistent, the design now with the backpack, and you do see they are included in the other ones as well. This one does have good padding. It feels quite comfortable. I haven't had any issues at all, and you do get this magnetic chest strap that could be adjusted to any position that you want. There's 3 positions here, and with these little loops here you can still use these as additional attachment points if you have clips or carabiners and stuff like that, so that's good. Metal or titanium buckles here are nice. These ones don't dig in as much into me compared to the Bravo backpack, so I didn't really have much issue here. I actually think this one fits a bit more comfortable than the Bravo backpack that I showcased before. We do have this luggage pass-through right here down the center here. Nice padding on the back, very flat design, nothing quite detailed in here. It's very just one flat design, but it's still comfortable, and you do just have this indent for this luggage pass-through, which is fine. Allows you to put it horizontally like this as well into luggages if you want to use it when you're traveling. And then you do have your just adjustable straps, which are pretty good by Alpaka. Never any snagging, very easy to adjust on. Attachments here to keep the excess nice and organized. The good thing about the Metro backpack is that it does have a nice compartment at the back here, a nice hidden compartment that is quite large actually. And you do see that I put my hand in here from up to here to down to here, and it goes to just about here as well. So all this space right here that you can utilize to store some items in here. I seen that they used the iPad mini for the marketing materials, so I'm sure you could fit one of those in here, but you could use this to store valuables. So I just have a bunch of receipts in here. So it pretty much covers the exterior, and you don't get a ton of extra loops or attachment points on this bag compared to others. So if you're someone who likes bolting all gear, this might feel a little limiting. Personally, I've been enjoying this little cleaner, minimal look. While I do appreciate having extra attachment options on some other bags, the streamlined profile here actually looks and feels more versatile. It does work better with different outfits as well, just looks overall sharper as an everyday carry, and I've really grown to actually like this design. So here we go, moving on to the main compartment, into the interior. Just fold this back so you don't catch it snagging, and then yeah, you do have a wide field of view inside. Immediately you'll notice this blood orange interior like earlier. It is consistent, and it does have these 3 stripped attachment points at the back here that you can use to attach additional items that you like. If you clip something there and then you pack the bag full, it does feel almost impossible to access them quickly. Personally, I never actually use these little strips along here. I can see that if you have this bag kind of half full, it might be practical, but if you have items that's completely full and you sort of put stuff in front of it, it becomes not that practical. I'm not too sure, some people might like this, but personally I've never used it at all. It is quite tight as well, as you can see. It's really up to you if you use that, but I never have a problem at all. The main compartment itself though is much more functional compared to the 12-litre version. You get way more depth in here. The smaller bag does sort of taper down, and it does have like an accordion style opening. As you go towards the bottom, it does get a little thinner and tighter. But in here, yeah, you do get a wider base, and you can just store additional items in here that you want. Hopefully you can see it on camera, but you should be able to see it because this is quite thick, and this is my tech pack. And yeah, you can store it nice and flat in here, so it gives that thick base at the bottom here, which allows it to stand actually. Yeah, so that's the back compartment, and just at the front, there's not exactly too much to say here. Just a few compartments here that, you know, you have this little mesh pocket up here that's zippered that you can use to store glasses or something that's a bit more like you don't want to scratch up. So this is a bit more softer material to protect that. So I use this to store coins and little cash notes in here sometimes. And then you do have this compartment right here, which does have a lot more room. You can see here, and I assume this is for the water bottle that you use in here, but like I mentioned earlier, if I was to use a water bottle in here, it would take up a lot more room and push things forward, and it would lose a lot of space in here. So yeah, maybe I could use it for that, but then I won't be able to carry my current setup with it, so I've not decided to use that. But yeah, we do have that large pocket anyway, and then we do have this tighter pocket right here. They're both just similar in width, but this one just has extra room forward. And yeah, very simple main compartment, lots of room, lots of depth, and you could use this for traveling, for a short stay or for longer stay, depending on how you carry your things. But this is a good setup for an everyday carry. So moving on to a laptop compartment at the back, this is something Alpaka has always done really well. You've got a main slim area for your laptops and your tablets, Aqua Guard zippers as well, very nice and smooth to pull open. you do get access into your main compartment here, or that laptop compartment. So we got the main area down here, which is very slim, so you could put additional items down in here that are quite thin, like cables and all that, just down here, extra space for that. And then you do have a nice little tablet sleeve in front of the laptop sleeve. It's not too padded at the front, but at the back of it, it is. And then just into the laptop compartment, you will notice that fleece material that Alpaka does really well with all their laptop compartments. It's nice and soft, and then you do have that space that can fit up to a 16-inch MacBook Pro, so just keep that in mind. And yeah, the padding on the back, you don't need to worry at all. The padding on the front is sufficient, good enough, because there's a lot of protection from that main compartment anyway, so shouldn't worry too much. But the thing you should worry is that there is no false bottom, so if you set it down, you will hit it, the laptop, which is a downside. So just be careful when you set down your bag, because this can maybe damage it a bit, so just be careful. But yeah, that's the laptop compartment. Very simple and very easy to use in here. There's a lot of space at the sides. There's a little access space at the sides here for a larger, thicker laptop, so you shouldn't have a problem putting any older work laptops you might have in here. I think it should be okay. So here's the on-body look of the Metro Backpack Pro. I do find everything about this to be comfortable. The chest is comfortable here. There's a bit of room, bit of space, not too entirely pressed down onto me where I'm getting shoulder fatigue. I haven't felt shoulder fatigue in this bag, but on the previous bag that I tested out, which is the Bravo backpack, I did feel shoulder fatigue. And like I mentioned earlier, this metal titanium plate does dig into my sides on the Bravo backpack. Even though it's not a direct comparison for this video, I just want to mention that this on the previous backpack did dig into my sides, and it did feel uncomfortable, especially when it's heavy, but this one does not. So I have to give it to the Metro Backpack Pro for having a good fit. So on to pricing, size and colour. The Metro Backpack Pro comes in two colours, black and green, and it does have two material choices, Axoflux 600D and Premium X-PAC X42. Personally, I'm a big fan of X-PAC. It does come with a higher price tag though. Here in the UK, the X-PAC costs about £45 more than Axoflux. The Axoflux starts at around 130. Pricing may vary depending on your region and your currency, so definitely double check Alpaka's website before ordering. Overall, it's on the pricier side for an everyday carry, but you are getting higher end materials and a thoughtful design. As for dimensions and weight, I'll pop those on screen so you can see the full breakdown. If you're thinking about picking one up, you can actually save up to 50% off with my discount code, which works exclusively for Alpaka products. Using the code also will help support the channel, so I really appreciate it if you do, but of course no pressure either way. I really appreciate you for watching. So on to conclusion, for the final thoughts of the Metro Backpack Pro. For me, the size is spot on. It's perfect for an everyday carry. I do like the clean, minimal design that works pretty much with any outfit as well that I wear, and the comfort level has been great. The hidden compartment is a nice touch, and it does fit my daily setup without too much of an issue. Like I mentioned, the biggest downside is the lack of external water bottle holder. I've been carrying a small plastic bottle instead of my usual reusable one because it just won't fit. You can use the interior pocket for that, but maybe that eats up a little space in the main compartment, so it's not actually quite ideal. Price wise, this backpack is definitely on the higher side, especially if you go for the X-PAC version. While the materials is a bit more premium, I'm not too sure about the extra 45 is fully justified unless you really want that added durability and aesthetic. Honestly, if Alpaka hadn't sponsored this, I probably would have just gone with the Axoflux 600. It does perform just as well in day-to-day use, and as long as you take good care of your gear. That said, if you don't mind spending the extra money, the X-PAC is a nicer option, no doubt, but if you'd rather save a bit of money, the Axoflux is actually still an excellent choice. And if you do decide to grab one, don't forget to use the discount code to save a bit, and it will help the channel. Yeah, overall, if you're into a minimal, clean looking bag, don't mind the lack of side pockets and exterior attachment points. I'll definitely keep using this and keep testing it over time. Yeah, that's it for today. Hopefully this gave you a closer look at the Metro Backpack Pro and helped you make a more informed decision if you're on the fence. I did find the smaller version actually to be quite nice, but it was just maybe a bit too small for my everyday setup at the moment. So yeah, if you find this video helpful, hit that like button, drop a comment with your thoughts and questions, and stay tuned for a lot more gear. So that's it for today guys, and thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks very much.